Good novatos, thanks for tuning in to yet another video. Infamous here. We're going to be looking at Indian's new announcement, their new 2021 motorcycle, the Chief. Quite honestly, just looking at it, I'm looking at a few different models. They have the bobbers, they have the regular Chief, they have the vintage, the dark horse. Excuse me. They have quite a few different options here, and they're all, I'm actually surprised. I'm liking what I'm seeing. The first announcement, I wasn't too fond of it. The look of the engine is just something that I can't really get over. Those big cylinder jugs that they have on their bikes. But you know what? For what they're offering and for the price, there's really, if you're looking at it in that point of view, of course, like I've mentioned in a lot of my other videos before, but quite honestly, I like what I see. I'm more of a fan of the monoshock of the Softails, mainly because it looks like it's a hardtail. I've always liked those converted motorcycles, those the Sportsters that are converted into hardtails. I don't know, it's just something about not seeing the springs, not seeing the shocks on the outside of the frame. Something about that. It's just, I believe it's just a cleaner look. It's just something, in my own opinion. But so I don't know if it's an upgrade or if it's something that's really that benefits having that shock at that angle. It's not up and down like typical suspensions. It's really angled at maybe like a 40 or 30 degree angle. I don't know. I'm not an expert at this, but for the price, and I'm looking at what's comparable to the Lowrider S, because that's what I ride. I have a Lowrider, but let's go into comparing just the Lowrider. I'm looking at the Dark Horse Chief here, and I really like what they're offering. You get the 19-inch wheel, which is, in my opinion, it looks great. I like the look of the this 19-inch wheel design that they have, and of course it's a 1/16. So it's just like one of those things. Apple, Samsung, they always outdo one another, but it seems like Harley's just not doing anything, especially after the 2021 announcement. That they didn't really bring anything new, and Indian seems to have done minor updates. I know back in 2018, 2019, Harley Davidson included the Daymakers, the LED headlights in their models. That was something notable. But this last 2021, I'm not gonna get into it. You guys already know how I feel about it. But looking at what Indian's offering, like I said, I'm not a huge expert. I know for a lot of you guys that probably don't know, Victory used to be Indian, or the parent company. They used to make Victory motorcycles. In 2017, they just went ahead and converted all their Victory line or models into what we see now, which is Indian. For what you could, like I said, this is comparing the Dark Horse to the Lowrider S. For $17,000, we're talking about $1,000 cheaper than the Lowrider, and you're getting more power. The 1/16, like I said, it's one of those Samsung iPhone. They're refreshing the models, and this camera is a little bit more higher definition. This one's 12 megapixels. This one's 24 megapixels. This one's double stacked. You guys get the point. They're also doing a touchscreen speedo. I don't know if that's something that I might be using or anything like that. I always ride with my phone on my handlebars with my ram mount, and that's pretty much my touch screen, and I have that synced up with my Plex audio. So it's just one of those things. I don't know if I'd be using that quite often. I don't know. It's just one of those things. It's something that they're advertising, but compared to the Lowrider, for your money, you are getting quite a bit for what you get with the Dark Horse. All right, now that we spoke about the key features, the touchscreen speedo, the 19-inch wheels, the 1/16, all good stuff, the LED headlights, You know, all of this it's all good stuff. It's all pluses, and you know, the $16,000 price MSRP, you know, it's absolutely amazing for what you're getting. Let's talk about a few cons. You know, in my point of view, stuff that I don't really like too much, and that's the 4-gallon tank. You're losing, you know, 1 gallon of fuel if, you know, like I said, I'm comparing it to the Lowrider S, and you also have a single disc, but they are giving you ABS. So you know what, it's overall, you know what, I believe it's a pretty good deal. You know, if you're looking at getting more for your money, but quite honestly, I wouldn't trade off, or I wouldn't you know, trade in my lowrider for this bike. I don't know if their aftermarket is there yet compared to Harley Davidson. You know, San Diego Customs, they actually made a really killer looking Chief recently. You know, I just saw it on their Instagram. It looks amazing. It's an amazing looking bike. You know, and anything customized to that extreme is going to be a good looking bike, honestly. But you know, they're offering a lot of accessories. They're doing, you know, the whole stage 1, stage 2, just like Harley Davidson. They're really giving Harley the you know, a run for their money with everything that they're offering. And looking at this gray one, this gray Indian Chief, the more I look at the bike, the more I'm actually liking. You know, I mentioned this on Instagram. I like the gray one with the 19-inch wheels. It's got a little bit of that FXR, you know, tubular frame around the swing arm. You know, it's just something, minor things like this that are, you know, paying homage to what, you know, a lot of Dyna riders didn't like when they killed off the Dyna. But you know, quite honestly, I don't think I don't know if Indians trying to, you know, bring those customers in to their market, or, you know, to their brand. I don't see Dyna Bros, you know, switching over just because they have the external shocks on the bike. I just don't see that happening. You know, Dyna Bros are Dyna Bros. I don't see them going over to Indian at all. Overall, you know, I like what I see. Maybe you know, something like this is what Harley needs to kind of get their butts in motion. Let's just go ahead and finish the video. I like what I see. The 19-inch wheels, they look great. You know, they have the touchscreen speedo. You know, something different, something new. And for the price, $16,000, like I said, the Dark Horse, compared to the Lowrider S, you're saving yourself $1,000, but you're also, you know, you don't have the dual disc brakes, and you don't have the 5-gallon tank, and you don't have the aftermarket to go with it. So I don't know. I think they're going to be catching up. A lot of the manufacturers, aftermarket manufacturers, they're starting to build specialty parts. I think Memphis Shades, they offer fairings for their bikes, and there's a couple exhausts. I believe TBR they also make, and I think Bassani, they make exhausts for these bikes now. So you know what? You guys just stay out there, stay safe. Don't believe everything you read. Life's a risk. Get out there and ride. Later.